Hey guys, welcome. It's Sunday. I'm in my studio, the Accent studio. I'm the only one in here in this entire building because it's like still quarantine time. No one except me is allowed to come here and work. So I can fully focus at least on working on a song of mine. One of the very last album songs, doing the finer details again. And I already made a video about reverb, because reverb is extremely important when it comes to music production, gluing everything together, putting things in front, back, giving them a dimension. And today I wanted to do basically the same for delays, explaining you everything about delays so that you set them up correctly and can get the most out of your songs. So let's get started. First up, some general things about delays. There are not really rules and things you can make really wrong as with reverbs. It's more a creative tool. It's something very audible. You can immediately hear what it does. Even someone that doesn't have a clue about music production can hear that the delay is delaying the original signal. It's very simple to understand, but there are still some things that you should consider and master to just get it right and get it to where you want it to go. Like, you usually have like a vision in your head, you want to make it sound crisp and nice, and for that you definitely should know how a delay works. I'm using here by Baby Audio Comeback Kit. It's a fairly new one that I just recently got. It's pretty simple and has like some twists to it that other delays don't have. I like plugins that are simple, easy to understand, not too like much stuff that is just distracting. Of course, you got the standard stuff, the timing. You can change it from 1/8 to 1/64 and up to 1/1. You can also put it into the dotted mode, the triple mode, and a free mode where you can just decide the timing by milliseconds. But let's maybe just listen really quick to the part that we will try to enhance and make better, make sounds better with delay. I am absolutely obsessed with delays. Let's listen to the song solo, or maybe let's first listen to it like in context with the entire song. Absolutely love the drop, and yes, I know it sounds a little, or it sounds quite a lot like Sunglasses at Night. I might have to change the melody. I'm not sure. This is what I came up with, and it sounds similar. I don't know if I should change it just because someone else already did something that sounds like it, or just leave it as it is. I might also have to ask a lawyer if it's too close, not close, like, I don't know. But let's first try and pick like a nice delay for it. We're of course working on the main plug sound. And you can immediately hear how way more epic this sounds. And what I like, there's one thing you can already hear that is a little different, and that's the ducking that is happening. This plugin has a built-in ducker. Let's listen to it without and with. Gives you a lot more possibilities, a lot more groove and bounce to the delay itself. And then we got like classic things, deciding if it's a ping pong delay or not. We got a shaper section, which I absolutely love. Most delays have like a low cut and high cut, that's standard. But here we also got attack and sustain, and especially the attack is quite handy if you have like an element, like in this song, where it's like the main focus, this pluck sound, with the delay, and it's very audible. You can give it that attack to make it cut even more. This is of course just an extreme setting, but let's maybe switch to another preset, because that one is a little too airy. There's like too much, it's not that clean. Let's maybe check something else. A lot shorter, sounds more a little like a chorus. And here's something like it's now we got like the ping pong delay. And what usually happens on one side, you have 8s and on one 16. So there is like a difference between left and right so that it actually does the ping pong. The one disadvantage is, and that's already like I had a previous version of this plug, which already has a delay on it. I don't know if it was with the synthesizer, but I didn't have a lot of control. And it doesn't sound balanced. If you listen to it in stereo with stereo speakers, you can hear, I mean, you can also see it in the waveform. Maybe that's easier. Can you see in the waveform of this one right here? You got like the original sound hitting, and then on the one channel, you got the delays a lot more often. And this sounds a little awkward. It doesn't sound centered, and this is a main element. It should be centered. So what you could do actually to still have the ping pong delay, because if you get rid of the 16 notes on one of the channels, it's not a ping pong delay anymore. You can counteract it by panning the sound to the other side so that it appears again in the middle. It's like a counterweight, and like here it's already done in the preset, for example. You can see that the pan is already adjusted to it, which I really like. But that one is still not the right one. I like this one actually, the 8 in dotted, but the feedback is a little too much. So it's repeating too much. And also be very careful if you turn the feedback up all the way, you're stuck in a feedback loop, which might hurt your ears. Let's maybe try out 116. It's a very extreme preset, so you can see like in here that you can actually do a bunch of stuff. It's really a creative tool. Everything is possible. Just if you use it in an audible way, make sure that it's on the main element and that the main element is something quite short. I wouldn't use a delay on a pad, for example. Maybe a pad that has a lot of attack, but usually on soft background sounds, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Things that are sustained, it doesn't make a lot of sense. On vocals, it makes a lot of sense. We'll talk about it later. Because with vocals, there are some things you really have to watch out for to not mess them up entirely. But let's try and pick something else. This one could actually work. There is also like a flavors section, which I really like. You can like give it a little bit of a saturation and some sauce. Let's maybe check them out really quick. So you got a little more like things to tweak and make it sound a little more old school and give it more grit and like character, which I really like. Of course, dry and wet, but I have it anyways on a bus, so I can just adjust it there. And yeah, let's maybe change to another song that has vocals on it, because like vocals is a little tricky.
I think you're freaky, and I like that. I wanna touch your body all night, yeah. Don't even get me started, I'll be right back.
So that's Due to You, almost finished. It has a delay on it. There are like in the vocal, there are breaks. And those breaks they are a little boring. The track slows down too much, so an easy thing is to fill it up, just especially in pop songs, with a delay. And you could slap the delay on all of the vocals, but usually this will give you a very washed out and confusing sound, because then it, like a word delays onto another word that is a different word. It just doesn't work. So for vocals, you always need to do it with automation. You automate the delay in there and just open it up on certain words, usually the last word or the last 2 or 3, to make it delay into the gap and then stop again once the vocals start. That's usually how you go about making these obvious delays. You can do the same with synthesizers. If there's a gap, a little break, maybe for 4 bars, no kick, and you make like a delay that delays out into that section, usually automate it. If you just leave it on, it's way too messy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think delays are way more straightforward than reverbs. Let me know if you want to have like another episode. We covered now reverbs, delays, maybe next up chorus, maybe compression, maybe EQing. Let me know what you're interested in. And yeah, if you're interested to check out the one that I've used today and that I use mostly for like almost all of my delays, I will link it down below in the description. Go check it out. It's like very inexpensive and it basically does everything that you need in a delay plus attack and the ducker and of course the flavor section if you're into that kind of stuff. So thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions about delays, let me know, and we'll see us tomorrow back again here in the studio.